Complete Fitness Podcast with Core for Complete Fitness. Your episode is starting in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, peoples. Hopefully you're having a great, it'll be Wednesday when you get this, the 29th, but almost an entire month of November is behind us, guys, and hopefully you guys had a great one, a fantastic one after Thanksgiving. You guys got to kind of relax, decompress a little bit, but as you know, the wheels keep on spinning. So before we get into everything, guys, one thing that I always beg of you guys before I get rambling on what we're going to talk about today, if you guys have not yet, please subscribe to the podcast. If you're new to listening, maybe you heard about us from a friend or you saw it shared on social media, there's a little subscribe button, whether you're listening to us on iTunes or Spotify or a YouTube subscriber. If you hit that button, it'll help us go up the charts, and we will keep being able to pump these out and growing the podcast through you guys. And it only takes 5 seconds just to hit subscribe. And the other thing is you will get notified right away whenever a new episode drops. So if you can press it, we will be eternally grateful, and we can keep on cranking these out every week for you guys. Now today, I want to talk to you guys. Some of you guys might have known, but by the time you guys get this, I will be almost done with my 3-day fast. This is something that I've kind of kicked around for probably a couple weeks. If you guys know who Dana White is, he's the president of the UFC, and he posted, and this is kind of what he did, and he goes, on day 3, he goes, I felt completely fantastic. He goes, the first couple days were kind of rough, but on day 3, he's like, you rid your body of all this stuff, and it gets your energy levels up. It's supposed to fight inflammation. It's supposed to fight illness and diseases. And basically, our bodies are kind of always in this breaking down of food state. So it's good for your digestive tract and your body and your system just to kind of just let that take a rest, flush everything out of you. And then you're supposed to feel like $1 million by the time day 3 hits. So this will be past me talking to the future me. But in a nutshell, guys, I was looking for this perfect window to get this done. And I was like, okay, Thanksgiving obviously not going to happen. But I'm like, then after Thanksgiving, it's the first real week back to work. And then after that, you know, it's Christmas parties. And then we got Christmas coming up. And then we got New Year's. And I go, there's really no time that I'm going to be able to kind of plug away 3 days without eating because I got so much stuff going on. I can't do it on the weekend. I can't get it done during the week. Until eventually I was like, I'm just going to have to do this. And I think a lot of us, whenever we start something or we want to start something, whether it be a project or you want to lose weight or you want to hit the gym or you want to start a diet or something work-related, we always tend to look at the struggle and a billion reasons why we can't do something instead of actually just starting. And I swear to God, the amount of time that you sit there and you ponder and you think and you kick the can down the road, you probably could have started and finished whatever it was that you were actually thinking of. So for this, guys, this is one of those things that I was like, okay, it was a Saturday afternoon. And I was like, I'm just going to start this thing on Monday. I know I got stuff going on, but I'm going to do it. It's only 72 hours. How difficult can it be? And so far, I'm doing good. But in a nutshell, guys, and like always, I'm not a doctor, so make sure you consult a physician before you do any of this. The first day, you drink nothing but water and electrolytes, and you want to make sure that they're at 0. So no sugar, no like Gatorade, super sugary stuff like that, multicolored. No sugar, no carbs, no calories, nothing like that. So you can add that to your water. And then on the second day, same thing, stick with the water and the electrolytes. But twice a day, you can give yourself bone broth. So whether you want to have it for lunch and for dinner, on both days is completely fine. But that's going to kind of give you some protein. It's going to be easy on your digestive system, give you a little bit of calories without sending you overboard. And that's what you're going to, and it's good for your body too. If you are working out doing this, you're actually going to need some protein to kind of keep your muscles going so your body doesn't turn into pulling away muscle tissue for energy. So that's kind of the reasoning behind it. And they say, you know, over these 3 days, just shifting back to reality, how much better you feel without having all that garbage, all that gunk, all that crap inside you. And you think about it, I mean, just like a car, right? I've given this analogy before, but we give our cars oil changes. We do, I don't know anything about cars really, but there's like automotive flushes and stuff like that you can do to help clean all the crap out, clean all the gunk out. And our body, I'm not a scientist, but I like to think that it kind of operates the same thing, where if you can flush it out, give everything a break, get all the crap that you were eating out of you, it's going to kind of flush all that stuff out. So not just externally, well, you obviously lose a little bit of weight by not eating very much, but internally, the benefits that it's doing as well. The real kicker for me, though, water I drink all day long no matter what. So that'll be the easy one. But no caffeine for 3 days is going to be challenging, especially in the wintertime. If you're in the Midwest and it's cold outside, oh my God, there's nothing better than waking up and having a nice warm cup of coffee. Makes you feel all nice and toasty and warm and cozy, and waking up and just slamming water all day just doesn't hit you the same. But we'll see how it goes. So hopefully by the time you guys get this, I will be almost 100% completed with this 3-day fast. But the point of this rambling, guys, is to really push you guys into whatever it is that you either want to accomplish or you want to try, or you've been kicking the can down the road, and whether it be, I want to get to the gym, or I want to get in shape, or I got to stop eating this crap, or I got to stop going through the drive-thru, or I got to clean up my house, or I got to get my house in order, or I got to have this talk with my family or somebody, do that thing. Because I guarantee you when you start, it's almost like a weight is off your shoulder, because you're just going to get it done now. You're like, I'm kicking the can down the road forever, but now I can finally kind of finish whatever this thing that I really set out to do was. It's not always easy, but there's a quote or a statistic where they say, people, you get the Sunday scaries sometimes, where you're sitting there and you're like, okay, I got all this stuff to do on Monday, and I got to do this, and this, and we worry, and we think about every single bad scenario that's going to happen in our life, and what can go wrong, and what can go wrong, and what can go wrong. But very rarely do the things that we muster up in our brain actually happen. I think, God, there was a quote. Let me see if I can look it up while I'm on here with you guys. But what percentage of bad things actually happen? Okay, here it is. 85% of the things people worry about never actually happen. 85%. So a lot of this is just completely made up in our heads. Evan, a couple of weeks ago, had a complete meltdown where he thought the world was crashing on him. Same thing. None of it ever happened. But we get these crazy scenarios built up in our heads, and a lot of that is just our own doing, where if you start something and you just go, Monday's going to be the day, I'm giving myself, I kind of like it that way, because you don't give yourself that 3-day pep talk. You just go, I'm starting this tomorrow. I don't have time to think about it. This will just be the way that I operate. So start it, guys. I know January 1st is a big resolution month, but I've told you guys before, I think 95% of New Year's resolutions fail. And why is that? It's normally because people are very short-sighted or nearsighted, and they go, okay, January 1st is the day. I'm getting to the gym. I'm going to completely change my life. I'm going to never go to the fast food place. I'm never going to eat candy again. I'm never going to do this. I'm going to be squeaky clean. I'm going to work out 6 days a week. And you try to do that, over a course of a week might be okay. But 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, your body's like, I can't do all this. I'm starting back at work. This is too much craziness going on. So no matter what that thing that you want to start is, be realistic with yourself. Understand there's never going to be a perfect time to actually do it. If you're looking for this big window that's going to go, okay, here's 72 hours or a week or two where we just don't have anything going on, it's up to you to kind of just expect a little bit of chaos to start and being able to stick with that. I know over the course of these next 3 days, there's going to be temptation. The kids, I got to pack lunches. Even this afternoon, our daughter was eating grapes. And I was like, God, grapes never look so good. But there's going to be those reasons to throw in the towel, or to go, this is too hard, or for this is too this. But when you get done with whatever that thing that you set out to complete was, being able to look back and go, okay, well, if I can do that, that really wasn't that bad. So how far can I kind of push this to keep challenging myself and keep growing? And you try something more difficult and more difficult, and then before you know it, you have this whole skill set built up. But I'm giving this analogy when you guys come to the gym too, where it's a lot of us, we start off at the gym, and let's say you grab a pair of 10-pound dumbbells, and those dumbbells become challenging at first. And after, let's say, 2 to 3 months, you're still using the 10s, but you're like, okay, I can do 10, 12, 15 reps. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm nowhere near as tired as when I started. So the way to keep your body growing and to keep your body getting strong is you can't just stay at 10-pound dumbbells. You have to bump yourself up. Let's go to 12 and a half. Let's go to 15. Before you know it, you're at 20, and then you're at 25. And you can see how constantly challenging yourself is making yourself stronger every single time you encounter something that's a little bit difficult or a little bit challenging. Those challenges aren't there to knock you back. Those challenges are there to push you forward. So same thing with like this fast, or whether it's a diet. We have members at the gym doing our shred program right now, and the great thing is the hardest part is when they start. And usually diets are the complete opposite. Diets are very, very, I can go to the store and I can buy all this shit on a Monday and be good for a week. Cool. But are you going to be able to do that for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and months and months and months to come? Usually the answer is no. So even for our shred program, the most challenging part is starting. Once you realize, okay, here's much protein I need, here's the calories I need, that challenging part where now you have the knowledge, you have the information, you know how everything has to work, all you do is copy and paste that thing every single week. But a lot of us kind of flip it and we go, what is the cheat? What is the easiest way to get there? The fastest way to get there? I don't want to learn anything. Just tell me what I have to eat. And those people are the ones that generally go 2 steps forward, then 3 steps back. And it's kind of this vicious cycle happening over and over again. So my pep talk to you guys is this week or going into the weekend, find a challenge for yourself. Find something that you know, whether it's an at-home project or work-related or health-related or fitness-related, that thing that you're going like, shit, I've been putting this off for whatever, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year even, and go, damn it, Monday's the day I'm going to start. I know that I got a holiday party, or I know that I got Christmas coming up, or I know that I have New Year's coming up, but I've been putting this off for way too long, and I'm just going to start this thing. And I'm going to make that perfect window for myself. I know that it's going to be difficult. I know it's not going to go completely as planned, but I'm going to get this done. And even, for example, today, our daughter had a horrible cough last night. We just got a new kitten. So last night, got hardly any sleep between our daughter coughing, the cat waking up, and then pawing me in the face. And I knew, right now, the week ahead looks squeaky clean. But I know the minute Monday comes, there's going to be things and gaskets blowing and all this stuff. And it's just the way it is. And this afternoon, trust me, there was every single ounce of my being wanted to go, you know what, this week just isn't the week. I got too much stuff going on. I'm going to throw in the towel, but you got to be able to stick with it. That's the key to growing. That's the key to getting better. When you quit, guys, I've said this before, that card is always a playable card once you do it once. And that's a scary thing about it. When you've let yourself down or you've quit on yourself one time, you know in the back of your head that card is always going to be on the table. I did it once and I can just do it again and nothing will happen. I'll stay stuck right where I am and I can try something else and I can quit again and I can quit again. But the key to progressing, both in your personal life and everything you do in your life, is taking that quitting card off the table. And the farther you can distance yourself from that time-wise, let's say last time you threw in the towel or you literally quit something was 3 years ago. And here you are today. I guarantee you're probably a completely different person than that person that was there 3 days ago. But the more you can distance yourself from that, the easier it gets to actually stay on track, because I just have to see this through to completion. I might get frustrated, I might get a little bit, cranky or tired or whatever it is, but as long as I stick to what my current path is and my trajectory, I can't quit. I'm going to see it through the end. I'm going to become victorious no matter what, because you know that you can't quit. So don't play the card. It gets tough. It's easier said than done, I know, but you guys have a lot more willpower than you think you do. And also, we got a kitten. So that was fun. I forgot not how much work, but our kids, one is 6, one is 3, well, almost 6.5 and 3.5, and we've been out of kind of the midnight wake-up calls and 2 a.m. and all that, and we kind of just saw the light at the end of the tunnel, and we're like, okay, we're sleeping through the night, kids are good, and our cat's been getting better, but the first night, this is partially all our fault. We put him in bed with us because we didn't want him to get freaked out. He didn't know where anything inside of our house was. So we put the litter box in our room, and I think the cat was just like, oh my God, this is just a free-for-all. I got a big bed. So he's pawing our faces, waking us up. He's got claws, so he's scratching me. I got all these little scrapes all over my hands. So Saturday when I worked out, the little scrapes are so small, but you don't realize until you start sweating and stuff. So my hands are freaking killing me from all these little scratch marks on it. But whatever. I'm glad we got him. He's a cute little guy. But that is all, guys. Thanksgiving is past. But as I've told you before, I think our last podcast, I said this stretch between Halloween/Thanksgiving and January 1st is the fattest stretch of the year. People pack on the most pounds in this little period. So, be very, very diligent. Be very, very careful. I know a lot of us, our schedules are breaking right now in terms of what we would do Monday through Friday. Like I said, we're getting invited to Christmas parties. You have work stuff coming on, just the whole holiday season, having to go shopping, wrapping stuff. All that stuff is kind of getting thrown at you. But really, guys, make a conscious effort. Don't feel bad about going to a holiday party or enjoying yourself, or it's Christmas and you want to let loose a little bit. By all means, enjoy that holiday. But it's what you do. What do we got? Probably about 30 days between now and Christmas. It's what you do. Let's say the other 27 or 28 that are going to make a huge difference, right? It's not the only 2 days that are going to completely throw you off. It's what you do the other 27 or 28. So really make sure those days are lined up with your goal, guys. You don't want to be the person on January 1st going, damn it, I got the same resolution again. I did the same thing I did. I said I want to lose this 20 pounds, and then you start and then you stop, and then you do this, and you take the spring off, and you take the summer off, then you start back up, and you're back to square one, and your knees hurt again, your muscles hurt. It's way, 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 way easier, like I said, to stay on track than to play that quitting card. And then supplement-wise, guys, if you have not gotten them yet, our energy gummies are in our Core 4 supplement store. I love them. I can't have them for 3 days, and I'm kind of annoyed by that because I can't have caffeine either. But the energy gummies doesn't have caffeine in it. I'm just trying not to eat as little calories as possible, but they give you a big, big, big mental boost, guys. The way I kind of liken it is if you have kind of this afternoon brain fog, it kind of just clears all that out without having to get super duper jittery like you had an energy drink or like your 6th or 7th cup of coffee that day. And they taste delicious. Don't give them to your kids. They're for grown-ups only. But take 2. I usually take 2 in the afternoon, or I'll take 2 before we go skate. And it just kind of helps you just shake out the cobwebs a little bit. And it makes you feel good. It kind of perks you up a little bit, too. It's a big, big dose of just great stuff for your brain, vitamins, nutrients, all the stuff that your body needs to kind of wake it up so that way you can operate at a super high level. So, like always, if you would like some or like to try them, head to core4supplements.com. If you're a podcast listener and you use the code word podcast at the checkout, you will save 10% off your entire order, and if you spend $100, you get free shipping on anything. So if you want to save some moolah and just get a month's worth or a couple months worth, we'll ship it to you for free right to your house if you use the code word podcast and spend over $100. But that is all, peoples. Sorry, I'm a little bit sniffly. Our kid has a cough. I'm praying to God I don't get it, which is part of the reason why I'm sticking to this agua. But should be back to normal in a few days. But that's all, guys. We are going to be in 2 days, December 1st. This was the fastest year in the world. So, like I tell you every year, don't go into 2024 or 23 or 22 or 25 not happy with where you are. now is the time where you want to go, okay, I'm starting the year like a bat out of hell, completely on fire. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to look good. I got goals to accomplish, things to get done. So now is that month where you really set the tone, guys, and set the pace for the year ahead. It doesn't happen on January 1st. You move yourself, build that momentum into the first of the year, so that way when the first of the year starts, you feel great, your workout routine is set, and all you have to do is kind of really ramp it up to get those awesome results. So have a great rest of the day, guys. Have a great rest of Thanksgiving for the next 2 days, and I will see you in December.